5. Don't even need 5 seconds. Straight away, let's go. So, Paul's coming out. They're just fixing key binding, so because nobody did disconnect it. So, it should be more than a minute of pause here. Wait for the teams to get back in. We should be going into the game.
Yeah, so
very shortly.
Wins having the fastest fingers. Has a Hunter's Machete as well.
You have to when you're playing Lee Sin. You must be the fastest fingers first.
Definitely.
He'd be good on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I mean, he'd win all the fastest fingers first rounds.
Maybe that's why it's called Wins. Just swift as a win.
Wins.
Wow. Anyway, we actually have the game being resumed right now. So let's just see whether any level 1 team fights actually break out. We have Sek, who's playing Draven, gonna deal a bunch of damage early. Hasn't leveled up any of his skills yet, but the spinning axis is gonna be very strong.
I love pointing this out because Curse have no items.
Oh.
God, JJ.
Oh, come on.
Why? I mean, we've seen this so many times for plays. Like, we've seen it once where it was a calculated strategy that didn't pay off. I remember the Bangkok Titans trying that.
He's gonna back off now.
Yes.
He realized he has no items.
How do you forget not to buy items at this level of play, especially? How?
Okay, it could have been you double click the mouse, supposed to double click the mouse, but you only click once.
But how do you not know? Oh, I have 475 gold. I didn't hear the clink sound. I have no items. I mean, and you're playing an AD carry. It's not hard to press P and then click Doran's Blade, which is every AD carry's recommended item.
30 seconds.
Anyway, wards going down from both sides. The spear being thrown out just to check that brush. So, wow, look at the amount of vision we actually have on the side of the Azubu Taipei sniper. So, they are actually concentrating a lot of their wards on the red side jungle.
Ton of wards being concentrated on the red side jungle here.
So will we see a delayed evade? I highly doubt so. This is one of the classic line of scrimmage kind of plays. And oh my goodness, the Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike coming in, hitting SKLs. They're taking Sona down to almost less than 300 health, just slightly above 300.
They can continue pushing in onto this blue, just scaring SKL's head away a little bit. Sek is still there to spot out anything. Highway just come in. There goes the pink ward down. We'll be able to clear out the ward. Yes, they do get that ward away.
No vision at all coming from the side of BKT. They are definitely going to be very scared. So Juwani is still in her own jungle. Has no wards to spot out this blue buff here. So
they know that she's going to blue though because they spotted her walking over a ward. Warlock's going to come in and try and help us. Zonda actually just going to say, here you go. Have some blades. They're actually going to try and go for this blue. Zonda is going to try and mess with them as much as he can, I think.
Will he steal this blue buff with the Vorpal Blade? I highly doubt so because NDD has that smite.
He has not flash. Yeah, he has to smite this one.
Yes, decides to smite it. Warlock and Zonda kind of dueling it out in the river itself. So NDD just following from behind, and Win's just happily gonna take his own red buff. The speed of the jungle gonna be definitely faster for the side.
Much faster, especially because he didn't have to use his smite on the first buff and got a much stronger leash there. So Swani's gonna head over to that red buff. Will be slightly slower than Lee Sin, but shouldn't impact too much. But good play coming in from Azubu TPS. Raven. So Bangkok Titans did win the push war at bot lane. They were able to push out first hit level 2. Now have the positioning advantage, which is good to have on Draven. Zach, pick up your axes.
Do you know what? SKLZ has a pickpocket mastery.
Yes. Give me my gold.
Yes, give me my gold.
It's my favorite mastery. Pickpocket is my favorite mastery because it's just, when you're playing support, you just have this small victory in your heart every time you auto attack somebody, just like, it's my gold.
How much gold does it give you really?
It gives you quite a decent amount, fairly decent amount.
I think for the Season 4, Pickpocket Mastery actually activates on single target spells, if I'm not wrong as well. So that's going to be something very different. So we have Wins here coming in the top lane, going in, safeguarding to the minion, hitting the Sonic Wave, may follow up the Resonating Strike. I don't think the Sonic Wave hits, follows the Resonating Strike, Warlock down to just above 200 health and no mana at all. Zonda's just gonna freeze the lane, gonna CS his minions and, you know, just kind of deny as much farm as possible. So NDD, upon seeing that Wins is in the top lane, decides to go for the counter jungle, just destroys the small little rave there.
Yeah, absolutely destroyed by the gong there. So Sek here, still pushing bot lane. They did win the push war, which I believe is very, very important for bot lane in the current meta. So you can already see, just because they able to push out early, they now have a supreme advantage ahead of this bot lane, just being able to keep them on the tower. They are susceptible to ganks though, but Wins hasn't made his presence felt at bot lane just yet.
Yeah, and it's gonna be very dangerous for Warlock if Wins actually comes back. He lost a lot of farm earlier, actually managing to get it back and on par with the CS. And look at the amount of damage Intrenso has taken. The Sonic Wave resonating strike combo and the Javelin coming out, taking Intrenso down very low. So every time Wins visits a lane, forces the laner out. Very good play.
So he's gone mid, he's gone top of mid. Now I feel that he might head down to the bot lane, which we might actually see him do. And two players on Azubu TPS picking up the cleanse. Next ABC and God JG both have that cleanse to potentially stop some of the initiation power from Bangkok Titans.
Yeah, I really prefer the the Ezreal pickup coming in from God JJ instead of the Lucian pickup, because the attack speed slow isn't gonna really affect Ezreal as much as it will affect Lucian.
That is true.
So he's still gonna be able to put out the Mystic shots and just deal as much damage as possible despite the Rolling Stone coming in from Warlock. The seismic shot, sorry, Rolling Stone.
Up with this top lane, Warlock still somehow has more experience than Zondar.
Despite being forced out late.
Yes, despite being forced out by Wins early, he still has the experience advantage there. He is pushing in, but still very surprising. Has gone back to base as well. Didn't pick up anything though. He still only has that Thor on the shield.
Yeah. Maybe saving up for some big ticket item, probably like a Giant Spell or even the Negatron code just to deal with the Shen.
He is about to get ganked though. We see Wins boys nearby just waiting for the minions to walk away from his line of sight.
I really like this style of play coming from Wins, because the rest of the Azubu Taipei snipers actually, I think the gang will be coming in very shortly. The Shadow Dash actually misses. A lot of Shadow Dashes being missed today. The Sonic Wave misses as well. No Resonating Strike being followed up, but Warlock will most likely have to be forced out of lane in that gank as well. So if the Shadow Dash hit and the Sonic Wave hit as well, we may have seen first blood.
Yeah, two misses coming out from Azubu TPS, rendering that gank not so much ineffective because it does still push him out of lane, but still not able to pick up the kill there. Sek here hasn't really been aggressive on his Draven. It's quite hard to when you're playing against an Annie Ezreal lane, just because it's very hard to be aggressive against an Annie lane in general. But he's still waiting this push for, so God JJ and Iway are consistently being shoved under this tower.
Well, it seems a very quiet laning phase coming in, but like I was saying, I really like the style of jungling coming in from Wins, because most of the Azubu Taipei snipers have a very passive laning phase most of the time, and Wins just kind of just makes the entire lane so much more aggressive the moment he appears. He'll just come in and constantly gank lanes over and over again.
NED here is going to go in for a gank at the bot lane. No, he's going in into Iway. Will he throw out the ultimate though?
Forces the flash out. The Stand United does come in. Will Shen actually decide to port over. He actually cancels the Stand United. He
got knocked up there by
Warlock.
Warlock.
He got knocked up, correct.
Some of course on cooldown as well. Which is surprising because, oh no, his teleport is down. I was going to say it was an advantageous situation for them up at the bottom lane because Sejuani didn't use the ultimate. Iway burned flash as well. Could have teleported down, but his teleport was on cooldown. I felt like they had more damage to take down the spot lane of Azubu TPS.
Yeah, and you know, it could have sometimes when Shen decides to use the Stand United, it may be advantageous for the enemy top lane to just let him do it, because if your bot lane or whichever lane the Shen is actually using the ultimate to is not really in much danger, you know, he can just take the lane, like refarm it completely, and you know, just gain that experience and CS advantage from there.
That's what I felt that Iway should have done on. That's what I felt Warlock should have done on Malphite there, just because Annie was in no position to help Shen get a ton off his flash. So you can see, just gonna go in a replay.
Coming in.
There goes Stand United. Warlock sees it, the 1-inch unstoppable force to say no, stop, Zondar, stop.
You're not gonna hurt my AD carry.
No, you don't touch Draven.
Don't touch Draven.
Draven, okay.
Do you think Draven uses his own wards?
I think so. I think he has to. I mean, mandatory.
You know what they should do? They should patch it in such a way that if you pick Draven, automatically it's the Draven hit ward.
You must.
It has to be.
It has to be. You cannot have anything else.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so no kills just yet, 9 minutes in the game, no towers down, but the slight goal advantage goes to the Azubu Taipei snipers. We actually have Zonda out CSing Warlock, and at the same time, most of the gold is just going to Zonda. Oh my goodness, Z. What was that? The AoE combo actually comes off, the first blood being picked up by SKLZ itself. NDD actually misses the Glacial Prison, just barely on the edge. Awe actually only getting slow, so SKLZ had to go in for the crescendo, followed up by the whirling death coming in from.
Actually, not even very good for Bangkok Titans because Sek relies on getting those kills. You can still see that he still has his passive stacks. I mean, doesn't get that extra gold.
Yeah. Welcome to the League of Draven.
Yes.
So 21 stacks.
121 stacks, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very confusing. I mean, I felt like Awe was already dead. They should just all donate the kill to Sek because Awe had no flash, no way to retaliate after that. But yeah, almost. And Sek almost went down because of the damage that was being dished out.
Nevertheless, I think Bangkok Titans will be very happy with us. But so the Shadow Dash actually hits the Dragon Rage, kicks Warlock back, and the Unstoppable Force actually goes over the wall, but he dies to the Ignite. So unfortunate situation for Warlock, nearly being able to escape that.
Wynn's really camping up this top lane, but Warlock, I'm surprised because he's done a good job of, despite being camped out by Wynn's, of doing a decent job against Zonda at the top lane.
Yeah, so a very good Baron call. Oh my goodness, the True Shot Barrage is coming in. Will he manage to get it? But no, actually Sek has that spinning axis, probably picked up that Dragon. No smite. That was very close, the True Shot Barrage as it came in. That was so close.
You see TPS here shove in this mid lane there. About 1,000 gold behind the Bangkok Titans right now. Not surprising because it's a 1-for-1 in terms of kills, and also they were able to pick up the Dragon there. And Treso,
oh my, taken solo that Javelin. If Wins was in range, come and had his Dragon Rage out, he would probably go in with the Resonating Strike, do a ward jump and kick Intresso back. Very dangerous. So now they actually do manage to defend this mid lane turret. No turrets have been lost on either side just yet, so they're just going to continue the laning phase.
Waiting for some action happening between the two teams right now. Warlock still just farming out against Zonda. Now you can see the toll of the ganks affecting him. He's already pushed into Zonda's tower and is a level behind him, so Wins did a good job of trying to control that top lane. Didn't pull Shen too far ahead, but just stopped Warlock from getting any form of advantage.
Yeah. So the game is just going to go up to the standstill once more. We have Zonda picking up 1 kill. Has comparable items compared to Warlock, but it seems that Warlock is unable to deal Zonda at this point of time. Decides to pick up the Sunfire Cape, because that's not going to help very much when dealing Ishan. Oh. So anyway, we actually have, like I said, a standstill. Everyone's just going to go back to farm or farm mode. And next to AVC actually putting on the aggression against Intresso. The jump actually comes into the wall and nearly hits the Dragon's Rage kick onto Intresso, but Intresso faster finger actually.
Faster finger than
Faster
Wins.
finger. Pulls off the flash.
Sek here. You need to display that you are Draven. He's not displaying that he is Draven right now against God JJ. Mid lane still. No, going back to bot lane actually. So bottom lane now going back to Wins. Wins actually poised for a gank here. He might be able to get this one off. He has his flash available. He can just splash and kick a Treso anytime. Here he goes.
Oh my goodness, the Stand United actually comes in. Does he hit the Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike combo? He does, but Intresso actually picks up the counter kill using the Shockwave here. But in the bot lane, we also have some action. Sek being able to pick up the kill onto Awe, and in response, we actually have SKLZ going down in the bot lane. So, counter kills. Very good coming out from the Bangkok Titans, showing, you know,
Bangkok Titans have a very good showing tonight.
Yeah, they're doing very well against the tied for first place Azubu Taipei snipers.
Yes, so BKT doing very, very good in this game so far. And Intresso played very nicely against that gank there. Zonda just did get his ultimate cancel. I felt like he should use the standing line later as soon as Win started attacking tower because a bit too late.
Yeah, and we here have the replay in the bot lane. We actually see Sek as well as SKLZ coming in, and NTD from behind Awe using the Tilbers coming in. The true shot barrage onto SKLZ. Awe taken down very low. The exhaust being used on the Awe. SKLZ will go down to that ignite, and as Awe actually goes down to Sek itself.
That was so unfortunate for SKLZ because as soon as the true shot barrage and the mystic shot came out from Ezreal, we saw NTD and Sek just pretty much part ways and let it hit and give the full damage to SKLZ. So a bit unfortunate for the support there.
So much damage. So it was quite unfortunate and very lucky on the side of Bangkok Titans that NTD was actually there to back them up.
So I'm not sure why Wins early decided not to just flash over the mid lane wall and then get the kickoff straight away into interest. So instead he walked behind the tower, had to take 3 or 4 extra hits because of it.
Yeah, and Zonda had to burn his Stand United as well.
Zonda had to burn the Stand United, burned it early as well, so it only absorbed 1 tower hit if I'm not mistaken before the shield was destroyed, and then nothing else he could do. So
whoa, Intresso says that big Wraith, mine.
My Wraith.
My Wraith.
My Wraith, my way.
So Sek actually managed to cash in half of the Adoration stacks there, so gonna be a very rich and very happy.
If I'm mistaken, he cashed in all the Adoration stacks.
Alright, all the Adoration stacks. Sorry, my bad.
So all the stacks cashed in for Sek.
Infinity Edge.
Nice gold edge. Wow, Infinity Edge picked up 15 minutes in the game by Sek.
And whoa, that damage. So much damage coming in from Sek.
1 in 4 axes will hit for that much damage. That's pretty crazy for Sek this early in the game. And BF sword picked up by God JJ in the midst of a Sheen and a Bam Skeptor.
Deciding to go for, we may elemental Ezreal build come out this game. Bloodthirster, Iceborne Gauntlet,
Possible.
Maybe, just maybe.
Possible, but then don't think it.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Just because Triforce is so dominant, right? I mean, God JJ though going for the pieces, but I don't like that. I felt that he should either finish that Bloodthirster or finish the Triforce first before deviating from that build.
Yeah, so surprisingly, 16 minutes in the game, no turrets down just yet.
Yeah, no turrets. It's a long extended laning phase. It looks like we're back in Season 2, early Season 3.
It is so different from the previous 3 games that we had. Extremely fast games, extreme amount of kills. We had that level 1 extended pentakill as well. So we have Zonda and Warlock duking out of each other, both with the Sunfire Cape, and Zonda having that one null mental difference.
Draven here still doing a good job of pulling out this modeling. God JJ keeping up in terms of minion score, actually ahead of Sek in terms of minion score right now. So he does have that going for him. NDD is poised for a gank though. Should be fairly easy for him to get this one off, but Wins is nearby as well. Both junglers reading this out very nicely.
Yeah, the Stand United actually comes in from our way. The stun coming in, Sek taking a bunch of damage. The True Shot Barrage and the Flash comes in from God JJ. God JJ actually uses the Cleanse to come in. The Teleport does come in from Warlock. So NDD taking a bunch of damage, being taken down very low. Our way on the side. Will Zonda be able to pick up a kill? Yes, he does. He's taking 3 tower shots under the turret. He taunts to try to get away from Warlock. Will Warlock and SKLZ actually manage to do it? Will he hit the slow power chord? Yes, he does. The slow power does come in, and the seismic shot might be used to finish. No, the flash and auto attack, but actually SKLZ is the one that picks up the kill.
Fantastic team fight for the Bangkok Titans. NED coordinated so well with Warlock there, despite the fact that Sek got caught out there, they were still able to turn that one around, which is very good for them.
Yeah, it's a 4-for-2 trade in the bottom lane, so or 4-for-3 trade. I
think
in the bottom
for that as well. 4-for-2.
Yeah, so only Sek, and I think it was NDD that went down.
NDD went down to Zonda chasing him under the tower there. They get a tower for that as well, which is very good for BKT, and they have 3,000 gold in their advantage.
And we're going to see a replay of that, so just take us through.
So we're going to see Sek, who gets engaged on by Awe, goes in with the Flash Tibber, stuns him down. We're going to see God JJ come down, get some damage now. Wins comes in as well, misses the Q though, and we're going to see, here comes the True Shot Barrage, followed up by the Arcane Shift. No, Flash actually straight away by God JJ to pick him up. And NDD's going to come in, and straight away we're going to see the Unstoppable Force once all 4 members get clumped up here. 3 people knocked up. The percent-based health damage being hit by NDD. SKLZ flashes in, gets a kill onto God JJ. Then NDD takes the kill onto Wins, and this is where Team TPS should have backed up because Zonda is going to flash in on the NED, gets the kill onto him. That's going to cost him his life as well.
Yeah, while all that was going on, we actually had the Azubu Taipei snipers pick up the Dragon and the kill onto NDD with a great Sonic Wave. An unstoppable force coming. X-ABC taken out very low. The Shockwave is still on cooldown, will be used very shortly. And it's now back up. They actually have Intrezo coming in with the flash. Takes a few too many tower shots. And we actually have BKT coming in, trying to push the advantage as possible. So NDD going down in that fight.
A little bit of a poor mechanical play from Intrezo though, because the ball was on Malphite. Not sure why he had to flash to try and get the command attack off.
Yeah, so in that fight, we actually have the snipers take a Dragon actually, and BKT losing NDD in the process.
Intrezo is going to try and solo off his blue buff here. So good trade for Azubu TPS here. Bangkok Titans still have about a 2,000 gold advantage, 2,500.
Yeah, so we're going to see the replay of that fight. So you can see the Azubu Taipei snipers have just taken the Dragon, and the spinning axes coming in from Sek. Awe taken down extremely low. He will manage to get away from that one. The NDD will be... no, actually he doesn't get away from that one, my bad. Awe actually taken out very low. The Sonic Wave resonating strike and the flash, the kickback come in. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, and Warlock will come in to actually just kind of disrupt them. So after that, just a 1-for-1 trade as well as the Dragon in favor of the Azubu Taipei snipers.
Good play coming out from Winter, trying to get the kickback onto NDD, get him into the middle of his team there. Intrezo does have that blue buff now. He's picked up the Athene's Unholy Grail, so quite some decent amount of cooldown reduction, damage, match resistance, mana regeneration. Should be doing just fine that mid lane. We haven't seen too much from Needly just yet, but he has the Athene's Unholy Grail and the needlessly large rod right now with the Merc threads. I really like the Mercury threads pick up from Needly. I wouldn't be surprised if Ezreal does the same, just because the supreme crowd control on the Bangkok Titans.
Yeah, and not forgetting the fact that Intrezo is actually sitting on about 2,000 gold actually. So
wow. That's when you know you have to go back to base.
Yeah.
Being out of not going back to base, now grabbing items is disadvantages to your team, just because if you do get into a fight, that's 2,000 gold that you'll be behind because you're not using that. And that's the lead that the Bangkok Titans have right now.
Yeah. We may see Intrezo go back very shortly. The spear actually comes in and hits Intrezo extremely hard. It's like actually, you know, body blocking that that javelin coming out from next ABC. Next ABC gonna pop more javelins. Oh my goodness, Intrezo taken down so low. He nearly died to that javelin.
He needs to go back here. This is what you need to tell yourself. You're up against a Needle. If you stay any longer, you're just gonna hinder your team more. This is where Bangkok Titans need to realize this. Go back to base, give up the tower, come back with full health and go for initiate. Meanwhile,
in the top lane, we actually have Wind and Zona actually ganking onto Warlock. Warlock being actually extremely aggressive in the top lane, you know, forcing Wind to actually respond to this. So the Azubu Taipei snipers pick up the first turret of the game.
So there we go. That was the power of Needly for you guys. I mean, you just can't do anything after you get hit by 2-3 spears because your teammates are just taken down to such a low amount of health.
Yeah, and in that point of time, we actually have the Azubu Taipei snipers picking up their second turret in the top lane, and while it's being said, Intrezo picks up his needlessly large rod as well as the Brilliant Spot going in, and Draven's going to take 1 shot, 2 shots, and 3 shots to take down this turret. So the spear coming in, hitting Intrezo once more. There's going to be so much damage. Sek taken out very low. The javelin just kind of misses in between. And we actually have Winds coming down with the Stand United. Sek forced to flash away. A great crescendo coming in. 2 players being hit. The flash taunt coming in, but a great flash coming from SKLZ. So no kills that fight. Amazing reactive play from the Bangkok Titans.
Taunt flash coming out and a flash coming out from SKLZ to avoid that one. Fantastic job by both Bangkok Titans and the Super TPS. But still, you see these Needly spears are just destroying the Bangkok Titans. They need to be at full health. Go for a good initiate. Or let Warlock and NDD tank up a spear and go for an initiate straight away. They can't keep getting poked down by the poke comp of TPS.
Yeah, Warlock almost has his ultimate backup. The Unstoppable Force will be ready in another 5 seconds. Trezo has just come back from the base. We will expect the Bangkok Titans to go in for a team fight as soon as all the AoE ultimates are up. SKLZ, one was down over in that last fight, but that was a great use of the crescendo defensively to prevent any kills from coming out.
I'm gonna have to wait and see what BKT trying to do. Intresso steps on a trap there, takes a little bit of damage. Spear is being avoided by BKT, and this is what they need. Now they're grouped up. They are at full health. They can't tank any more spears, though. Intresso needs to stay far to the left-hand side behind his tank line and not take any more spears to the face. NDD can take a few, but not too many either.
Yeah, definitely, and they will try to push this turret as much as possible. The true shot barrage comes in. It seems that they aren't able to do it in this wave, so BKT forced to back off. The dragon will be up in another 30 seconds. I think that's the next objective that they will be willing to take. We actually have SKLZ's ultimate coming back up in another 26 seconds, so they're definitely going to use that confined area in the dragon a bit to actually make full use of their ultimates. And if TPS decides to start the dragon, I expect BKT to actually contest that dragon.
What BKT need to do right now is they need to wait for Azubu TPS to make a play. They need to wait for them to push into a tower, wait for them to try and take dragon, and then initiate on them with the hard initiate team composition. If they try to force a siege, they're going to get poked off by next ABC. They're going to get the waves cleared by God JJ and potentially initiated on by Awe and Wins. But if they wait for them to push up into a tower or take a dragon, that's when they have to force them to fight, because they have to either back off from the objective or give it away.
And it seems that BKT wants to take this global dragon. We may see Wins come in with the smite steal. Let's see what happens. And the smite comes out from NDD, and the entire BKT is happy with that pickup, decides to back off. And let's just see how Azubu Taipei snipers actually punish this rotation, because no, it seems that they will not punish the rotation. And look at the amount of damage.
Sack a bit though, with half health on one spear.
Oh my goodness.
Prediction spear coming out from next ABC.
Yeah, and not much gold. No one's gonna go shopping just yet. But next ABC coming in with the, oh my goodness, Warlock. Maybe in a little bit of danger. Next ABC, no, just decides to go into the jungle, take the red buff away from the Bangkok Titans.
Warlock and Zonda here just bashing faces with one another, not able to kill the other out so easily just because they are so tanky at this stage of the game. We can already see SKLZ standing so far in the back line, just doesn't want to get hit by a spear. Now BKT needs to go for initiate, which they do.
The Awe got taken down by two of the ultimates in, and a great 4-man shockwave coming in from Intresso. Subovos knocks up 3 people, 2 of them go down. Awe and Ezreal go down immediately. NDD in the front line. Zonda taken down very low. He goes down as well. That's going to be a 3-for-nothing exchange on the side of the Bangkok Titans. Amazing play coming in from them.
That's exactly what BKT needed to do. They need to wait for TPS to come in for that push, and on the first wave, that's when they needed to go for that initiate, right before spears can connect, right as they're still at maximum health, get that AoE lockdown that their team composition relies around, and not allow the elite into the fights, which they did fantastic. This was a single member and took down 3 of TPS and a tower on top of that.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do. Like you said, win the team fight, get objectives, and then back out of there as soon as possible. Wait for the cooldowns to come back up and fight another day. Very good play coming in from Bangkok Titans.
So you were right. We're actually going to see that blood, but hang on, here we go. So you see, straight away, now they start sieging the tower, NDD goes straight onto Azubu TPS. So he's going to jump straight onto Awe here. He throws out the ultimate, hits next ABC and Awe. He's going to go in with the dash. The cleanse comes out. The Crescendo will lock the Awe, who will come back in for the tier burst, but not able to do too much. Here comes the ball from Oriana, which will hit a fantastic shockwave onto everybody of Azubu TPS, followed by the flash unstoppable force that will hit 3 people, and that would just be team fight 1 for BKT at that point in time. They hit all their spells fantastically and initiated at the perfect time.
That was a great team fight, like I said. And yeah, I was right, actually, the Bloodthirster and the Iceborne Gauntlet coming out. So you're going to see the Elemental Ezreal, but I don't think the Static Shift is going to be built. So the Last Whisper will be his 3rd item.
I mean, it works well because you get decent poke from it, but a Triforce just gives so much more damage now. I mean, it works. The item does work. It gives him a lot more peel, which he can use very effectively. Here goes Initiate.
And oh my goodness, a shockwave only hitting Awe, but I think they'll just actually go in for that kill. They may just decide to turn to the Baron. Yes, I actually see pings coming out. They have a ward there. Do they have an Oracles up? Yes, SKLZ has their Oracles. So it's going to be a very risky Baron play coming from BKT. Will they be able to finish it as fast as they can? This is so dangerous when that Wins actually puts down on the wall to check. The javelins will be coming in. The mystic shots and the unstoppable force goes in onto next ABC. The knockout from NDD. The crescendo actually misses, and the fight may turn very sour for BKT, but it forces the entire of TPS to back off because they are happy with just delaying the Baron for the moment, and they're just gonna kite as much as possible. They have no ultimates up on the side of BKT, and BKT will be forced to run because Wins and Zonda is chasing very closely. Zonda still has his ultimate up. Wins just missing the Sonic Wave. If the Sonic Wave hits, Zonda might just go in with Descent United coming in to help Wins up.
I was going to say that Unstoppable Force and Crescendo are both up, but they couldn't use it in that manner because they went on to next ABC, even though they locked it down for a few seconds. They need to keep them locked down for a long amount of time. The rest of the Bangkok Titans were not ready. This might be a Baron that will go to TPS unless we can see NDD coming with a Smite Steal here, which we have seen before in the GPL, so might be trying to get this one off. They do have a ward on it, so it's possible that they will go for the Smite. So NDD's gonna go in. Will he get it? No,
oh my god, doesn't get it, but NDD will get blown up in the face of the entire sniper. So that was very good call coming in from the snipers, forcing the entire of the Bangkok Titans to actually back off from there, and they take the decisive Baron from there.
Really need to start doing what they were doing before. They need to start waiting for the fights to come to them, wait for TPS to push in, go for the hard initiate with all of their abilities up, and then proceed with the team fight. They took off Aue only Annie from Azubu TPS, and then they went for a hard initiate onto one member of TPS. That's not enough for them to secure the kills. They need to try and bait them out a bit more. Use the AoE crowd control that they have onto more members of Azubu TPS.
Yeah, if they actually save the Malphite ultimate as well as I think it was the Sona ultimate earlier in that fight, if they backed off, still having the ultimates up, they may have been able to turn around that Baron fight, that Baron attempt coming in from the Azubu Taipei snipers.
They may have. I think that they should have actually gone for a push instead, just because Azubu TPS was forced to back off. By going off to Baron, you get a reset. Azubu TPS gets some breathing room because you're not pressuring them anymore. You're not pressuring them with the initiate that BKT have, and that allowed them to regroup, reset, get poke off on the Baron pit, and then force them out. Meanwhile, Sek, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Sek is not going to escape from this. The Shadow Dash lands cleanly, and Sek is going to be... and the shutdown goes to... it actually goes to Win, so Win's going to be very happy for that. Why is Sek so far away in the bot lane by himself? No idea.
31 minutes in against a Baron up team, you don't want to be there at all.
Nope, not at all. But the good thing is that the Bangkok Titans still have majority of their turrets on BKT. Warlock actually pushing in on the side lanes, taking their 4th turret for the game, and I think Zonda's just gonna even it out on the bot lane, out of turret, actually taking a lot of turret shots.
Zonda doesn't care at all.
No, and while all of this is happening, the Azubu Taipei snipers is just going to actually siege the mid lane turret.
Sek will be up in 4 seconds. I think Bangkok Titans, despite the Baron on TPS, they need to fight. I think that they need to fight before they can poke them out of this tower, because if they get poked out of this tower, they're gonna lose their inhibitor.
Yeah, and Trizzle may decide to go back and actually heal up because he does have the home guard boots, and all the ultimates on the side of BKT is up. They will take another inner turret on the side against the Bangkok Titans, so one more turret in their favor. Azubu Taipei snipers have now 5 turrets, and they have just evened up the gold score. So for the first time, the Azubu Taipei snipers are even in gold.
I feel like BKT need to fight despite the Baron. They need to go before the poke really takes its toll onto BKT.
Yeah, they need to go now. They need to chain their ultimates together, lay on the CC.
That or they need 5 home guards. They have 3, but I think they need 5.
They need 5. Do they have enough money to buy? Yes, Sejourney does, but Solar doesn't have the money yet.
So you see that BKT is still trying to just siege up these towers. They have the poke, which is superior in siege engages. They are going to back off, realizing they're not getting much out of it. Going to go for the Dragon pickup instead and slowly increase their gold lead, which they finally picked up. As you said, well, they're quite even, so not so much of a lead.
Now, I honestly feel that BKT will have a hard time defending their inhibitor turrets because the initiation coming in from an inhibitor turret area is just going to be completely head-on. And BKT will not be able, and Azubu Taipei snipers will easily be able to predict where BKT is coming from. But if they actually try to defend on an inner turret, the last inner turret standing, which will be the top lane, they may be able to actually pull off a flank from the side and get a good initiate on the Taipei snipers.
Sure is possible they might be able to do so. You can see BKT here trying to ward up their own jungle, trying to clear out the waves. They really need to get these pushes, these initiates down, because TPS are going to keep scaling. As the longer this goes, they're going to keep scaling in terms of their poke, and it's just going to become more and more devastating to the Bangkok Titans.
The Baron buff has worn out already on the side of Azubu Taipei snipers, so they do not have that stat advantage. The items are very, very even on both sides. Orianna hasn't picked up any magic penetration items just yet, going for the Zhonya's as his third core item. And it seems that Malphite is getting very tanky. He has a Warden's Mill and another Negatron's Cloak, so it's gonna be an extremely tanky Malphite.
BKT need to fight.
They should fight here. They may want to fight here.
They actually need to fight here, I feel, because if they don't, they're gonna lose this tower. Then they're gonna get sieged once again.
The Baron will be up in 2 minutes. They need to fight now before they actually lose an opportunity at the Baron. So GodJJ is going to poke down this turret, take a few tower shots to the face. Wow, that turret is just one auto tag away, and SKLZ taken down very low. The True Shot Barrage goes through. Will they decide to initiate this? One more minute wave is coming in. Will they go? This is a very tense moment for both teams.
Feel they have to go here or just give it up completely.
All the ultimates are up, and I like the position of next ABC and Awe, and the Glacial actually comes down, the turret gets destroyed, a great crescendo comes down, locking up both wins. Wins taken down very low. Zonda has to use his stand united, and Awe taken down extremely low. Awe is the first one to go down. Zonda behind Sec, dealing immense amount of damage to Zonda. Zonda will go down, and no one on the side of BKT. A flash coming in, shut down goes to Sec as well. The Orianna ball misses, and GodJJ is taken down, but he does take in Trezzo in response, and only next ABC is alive, and next ABC will be forced to back off. What a great fight coming in from the Bangkok Titans.
Look at that fight. Bangkok Titans initiated poorly. They fought well, but initiated poorly, and Azubu TPS did everything they can to fight well, but they just could not do anything. Wow, Warlock, Home Guard boots destroyed straight away. We're going to go into a replay of that fight, so you can see. NDD starts it off. You said the positioning from GodJJ and next ABC was fantastic, which it is. Because if you watch this initiate, NDD gets the Glacial Prison off onto GodJJ, but only him. Still doesn't even hit anybody else. NDD's almost going down, but because of this positioning, now Zonda is away from his team. So it's Wins. They both get stun locked, and this is where they get poked down to almost 0 health. They have to flash out of this one. Now Wins is out of the fight. Now Awe's going to come in. He's going to get bursted out instantly by the backline of BKT. Now Zonda's gonna go in and he's gonna get bursted as well, and then GodJJ comes in and he's gonna get bursted down. So despite TPS playing the fight out and the positioning out well, BKT just destroyed them one by one with their hard initiate. They didn't even have to chain their skills up, they just used it in one by one and were able to get the kills. So only next ABC living in that fight.
BKT showing an exceptional performance in the team fight stage. Yes, they have missed out some skills, but the fact that their team comp is so strong in the team fights, and they are constantly grouping up. So no matter who goes in, especially in that fight just now, TPS went in 1 by 1 and they just got picked off 1 by 1.
So you can see there, they won the team fight despite next ABC hitting about 5 spears, and despite GodJJ getting a ton of damage down as well. And GodJJ just missed, but wins now in a lot of trouble, kicks one of them away. He's in a ton of trouble. Actually, safeguards to the ward. It might not be enough though. Should be able to charge into wins in a second. He does charge into it. He might be able to safeguard it away. Stand United is used. There goes the ultimate from Draven. Does not get taken down though. Now Zonda, no he does. Warlock comes in with a smack of unstoppable force. This fight's still going, Wolf.
Yeah, and a great 2-man, 3-man shot with Awe will go down instantly, and BKT will be very happy to take that fight. It's 2 kills to nothing, and they are still trying to stay in the base. They have to back off now. The spears are taking a toll onto Warlock. Warlock may go down with the javelin. Yes, he does. The shutdown goes to the next ABC, and they should have. Whoa, that was a great fight coming in. They took down one of the most tankiest champions very low. Zonda almost died in that fight. Wins got picked off very early, and it seems that from that fight they stayed a little bit too long, got taken down a little bit too low, unable to take the Baron control from there.
Really costed that fight there. I mean, they won the fight so well and so decisively, but Sec going down aggressive and deep into the base of Azubu TPS costed them a lot there. They were not able to continue pushing. Now TPS is going to start on this Baron.
Yeah, NDD has the smite up, and they know that TPS kind of figured out that, you know, Bangkok Titans will be there to respond to the Baron fight. So the ultimates are down for Bangkok Titans. NDD's ultimate is coming back up very shortly. Warlock's unstoppable force is back up as well. They are only waiting on SKLZ's crescendo. Intrezo does have the shockwave up, so they definitely can make a counterplay at the Baron pit with this team composition. Azubu TPS needs to be scared.
So Sejuani, Malphite, Draven, and Orianna are all scaling so well the later this game goes. Lee Sin is already falling off. Zonda won't fall off so much, but he's going to lose a ton of damage very, very soon. Nidalee will keep scaling up, that's for sure, but Ezreal will also scale off. So BKT really waiting this one out. They're even in gold, but that's what BKT wants because they can still fight when they're even in gold.
Yeah. Like I said, the Azubu Taipei snipers need to be very afraid, and this is a completely different BKT. Yes. I have not seen this BKT in the GPL before. So strong. SKLZ going to clear out the wall. I don't think they should start the Baron right now because they want the initiation to come in. GodJJ will go in with the Stand United from Zonda. They take it down very low. Who will get the Baron? Wins is the one that actually gets the smite steal off. The fight happens in the Baron pit. SKLZ being taken out. The crescendo only hitting Tibbers. Actually, oh my goodness, BKT being destroyed in the Baron pit. A triple kill for GodJJ, a quadra kill for GodJJ, and only Malphite on the side. Next ABC is the one chasing. That was a very, very questionable Baron call by BKT.
So this is why, guys, Baron is known as, you don't take Baron when you're ahead, and you don't force Baron when you're behind. Baron is there for teams to throw the game away for almost no reason. That's what we saw BKT do. They shouldn't have gone for that Baron. I mean, even if they got the smite off, they were in such a clustered position.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at a replay as snipers actually destroy the base. So here we go, the smite will come in 1-2 now. He actually picks it up, and look at that, they are all in the Baron pit. Awe comes in with a great stun to 4 members of the team. NDD gets taken out right after SKLZ, and oh my goodness, they are just being destroyed in their own Baron pit. There's nowhere for Sec to maneuver, and he just gets taken down instantly. So that fight just ended in the Baron pit because they were all there, unable to fight, and the game has ended. Wow. They just pushed for the win immediately after.